Welcome to Getting to Know ACS with Tracy
and Jasmine.
So today we're just going to kind of recap some of our previous episodes and kind of let Jasmine ask some questions to me about fun. Fun, huh? Surprise.
Yeah. Should have wrote down some questions.
Okay, so far we have had financial readiness.
Yes.
That seemed to be a big one.
Yeah.
A lot of people were interested in that one. So what are your thoughts on that? What did you think about the financial readiness one?
Financial readiness is like in right now because it's tax season, coming down with like a stimulus, like, you know, all the money's coming in. Like there's big decisions to be made since you can see like maybe not where the world goes all the time, but where it can go. So you don't want to be put in that position. So financial readiness was a really good one.
And I know just from being close to that financial readiness area that the number of clients that started calling after that one, that was pretty good, you know, because and even our coworkers.
I set up an appointment. I said, Rich, I need an appointment. What am I doing? And he's just like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I need it for Wednesday. Any Wednesday.
It's like any Wednesday will do.
Yeah.
So we did financial readiness, and then after financial readiness,
ERP, employment readiness.
Employment readiness. Yeah. So that was another one.
Yes.
I know. Just like we said, people started calling in and asking about their resumes, trying to get their federal resumes done.
Yes.
But financial readiness, employment readiness, that is a really good program. And with them doing these showcases, they're doing they're doing employment showcases every Friday. So people can tune into that to find out who's hiring in this whole virtual world that we're in now.
Yes.
So that was another one. And then what were the other ones that we did?
We did new parent support, which I told like 5 people that I was in the military with. I was like, did you guys know that you can rent out a fake baby? Or not even rent out, but borrow a fake baby to see if you wanted to have babies. And they were just like, that's not a thing. And I said, guys, like I work here. I know my stuff now a little bit. And so we laughed about it because like we never knew. And, you know, some people ended up having multiple children. It's like you should have rented out 4 babies
and had them all together.
So,
but you know what I like most besides the baby, is the compassion belly where they put that on.
Yes,
you know, because even for same sex couples, if I want you to feel my pain, I want you to know what it feels like to walk around with an additional 30-40 pounds on and this thing pushing on my kidney.
Yes, with like a simple task that you can't do, like, oh, tie your shoe. I have to hold my breath with this big ball where I can't reach my swollen ankles, right? So that would be fun.
And just, you know, so I think that's cool that they get to walk around with that.
Once they start up, I feel like I'm going to have to peek in that class. Like, I want to see them.
Yeah, and the fact that they're doing it virtual, you know, but they can still check that out, you know. And then after we did that, then we did, Army Emergency Relief.
Yes.
So that's, I think that one of the programs that are most known for ACS is AER. I think a lot of people think that, you know, ACS, the only thing at ACS is AER.
Right. And if you have to go see them, you're already in trouble. But it's not like that anymore.
Right. It's not. And that's what people need to understand. There is nothing wrong with coming to ACS because we are here to help you.
Yeah. And to educate. Like working here, I can see like how a lot of people don't maybe know because some people come in super young, so they might not know the finances.
Right.
They might be like, oh, I'm ready for kids. And you're just like, well, let's try it first. Let's slow down, you know, like let's get a budget and make sure you can.
And do things in order. Yeah. You know.
Just to help.
And, you know, and you say young, but even some I've come across where there have been older spouses who just for whatever reason they never really got involved in their soldier's career or whatever. They were always on the civilian side of things, and then they come somewhere where they have to rely on what's on the installation, and they don't have any idea, you know, or you may have a situation where someone waits a long time, well, not a long time necessarily, but they wait until they're further along in their career to get married. So you could have, you know, a sergeant major who is just getting married, and their spouse has no idea about what is available to them because they didn't grow up in the ranks. But I want to backtrack a little bit, though. I know I'm kind of like all over the place, but the scholarships.
What? Like,
okay.
Okay. AER does scholarships. What did you say it was for your first time?
It's for your initial degree.
Okay.
So if you already have a bachelor's, then they're not going to pay for you to go get another bachelor's, or they're not going to pay for you to go get your master's.
Right.
But just to think that there is money that is sitting, you know, that's being left on the table because people don't realize that their kids can get, or even them, that they can get these loans. And it's not even a loan, it's a grant. And it goes throughout the life of their college career for 4 years. So it's not like a one-time shot. So it's like every year you just reapply. And it's a simple process. You just reapply, and then you get notified. And there's that extra money. But sometimes, if depending on if they have a surplus of money, you know, if they have extra money, sometimes they will go into a year 5. Because with my older son, he didn't get as much as he had been getting before, but I think he ended up getting like $500 as his last one. But you know, $500 in college, that's good for your books, because your one book costs $200.
Right?
Okay.
That you are not going to use probably, but it's fine.
Exactly. It's like they just want you to spend that money.
And to think that some people who are like, let's say, spouses who don't have a job right now because they just PCS, but they don't have money for school, like that's a perfect opportunity. And it's a good time for them, you know, with spouses, for you to even just get your foot wet. If you know, if I've been out of school for years and I don't know if that's something I want to do, that money can initially pay for one class and kind of see, is this really what I want to do? And if it's not, then you haven't really wasted money out of your pocket, but it gave you an opportunity to either start over or to see if that's really the path that you want to take. Right.
So I wanted to go back to that because I love touting about the benefits of that AER scholarship. And like I said, it used to be, and I don't know if it's still like that, but it used to be, as long as you got all the paperwork in by the cutoff date, that you were pretty much guaranteed that you were going to get some amount of money, even if it was as small as $500, that you would still get it. But for a college student, that's gonna
cover quite a bit.
So that brings us up to us now. And so what are we gonna have coming up? What do you think?
We're gonna have the volunteer program. I have so many questions.
Yes,
I'm excited about that one.
Volunteer program.
Yes.
And of course, what's near and dear to me, family advocacy program.
Oh, yes.
So
yes, that one's a good one.
We'll talk a lot about that. It may just be me. I don't know. We'll see. Army family team building. We will be talking with Tammy from Army Family Team Building. And Army Family Team Building, and I'm not going to go too much into it because we will be talking about it when she comes on to sit with us. But for anybody that's new to the military, it's so vital for them to understand, like how we speak a lot in acronyms, and we just assume that because you're military, you know what the acronym is, and they're, you know, it's like a deer in the headlights.
Yes.
What are you talking about? But, you know, Army Family Team Building teaches you those acronyms, and they also teach you how to read an LES, you know, which is just basic. Like what Rich spoke to us with in financial readiness, just knowing how to read that LES is the first step to being able to get your finances in order, to find out what's being taken out. And then Tammy will also be speaking to us about what is it? AFAP. Yeah, AFAP, which is, you know what? I'm saying AFAP and I'm drawing a blank as far as what AFAP stands for?
Well, it's a good thing Tammy will probably have to answer that because I have no idea.
I can tell you what the program does. So if you want something to change in the military,
oh yes, okay.
Then you can submit these changes, and then they will look at it and see if it's viable. And Tammy will speak about some of the things that have changed because of the AFAP conference.
Yes.
But like I
know the examples she has are really good. Like, oh, that's a really good. You would think that they're common sense changes, but they're really not.
They're not. You would have. It's like that needed to be changed.
Yeah. Like, why would they even do that before?
I know exactly. Yeah. So, and then the other programs that are at ACS, we have mobilization and deployment, MOBDEP. We also have the Soldier Family Assistance Center, which is the SFAC,
yes,
which is for our wounded warriors and that thing. And then we'll just that's who else we have. I forgot. We're gonna have our Spanish instructor, who teaches the Spanish class. Mm-hmm. She's gonna be coming on and speaking to us. So for those of you who aren't aware, ACS actually offers a Spanish class here in El Paso. Because we are on a border, so it helps that you know a little bit of Spanish, even though I don't know any Spanish. And then we also offer ESL classes, English as a second language. Yeah. We offer those classes. And just like with AER, where that program never stopped, those language classes never stopped. Right. They figured out really quickly how to do it on Teams or the Zoom meetings, but they figured out really quickly how to do it virtually. And so their students never missed a beat. So, kudos to us.
Yes, whoop, whoop, yes. Whoop.
Especially those of us who never stop working.
Yes.
So, Jasmine, since really this podcast came about because of your curiosity, being able to work, starting to work with ACS and learning things as you were going along. So what are some things that you have learned or something that you would like to know?
I do need to learn more about like Miss Tammy's program. I know a little bit, but I don't know too much about
And that's Army Family Team Building.
Yes.
And AFAP, whatever that stands for.
And then the volunteer program, I'm so excited to learn about. I know a little bit of what they do, but again, I'm not too in depth with it. But I'm trying to think of like what I learned that was like the most like what
your most aha moment.
There's so much, honestly. There's just from financial readiness. Like I said, I knew that they did budgets, but I didn't know that they did like investing.
Right.
AER again. When I was in, there was just a bad stigma. You didn't want to go there, so you better have your finances in check, right?
Right.
I feel like that usually came with a counseling or something, so you're just like, I'm good.
And I think it did at one point. If you went too many times, it's like, oh, you don't have your finances in order, and that's how a lot of people ended up
in more debt.
Because it's like, you know what, I'm not getting ready to ask nobody, so I'm gonna figure out how to get this money myself.
Yeah, and I'm glad there's like a program out there to help soldiers, because I feel like soldiers are such gold mines to outside people that they're like, yeah, we're gonna help you, but this is how much we're charging, because they just assume like, oh, you have you're rich or not rich, but you have
and that is income, a stigma, right? I mean, it's not a stigma, but there is a lot of people that do think, oh, the military makes a whole lot of money, and so and it's really, we have great benefits,
right? And I feel like some people abuse that too, like, why are you charging me 30% interest rates
or even charging me to take certain classes,
right?
Because we're all human and we get in trouble.
Yes.
And sometimes you need a little anger management class in your life.
Yes.
And people will charge you, but if you really look into the benefits that are available to you, you'd find out that ACS offers an anger management class, and it's free.
Completely free.
And then, we offer a stress management class.
And we provide all the books, so you don't have to buy anything. It's given to you, and you can keep it. We don't want it back.
We don't want it back, especially in these COVID times. You know what? Keep the book. Okay.
And I feel like so many people, like, honestly, if they could just call and ask before they go out and do something that is like, I don't really want to do that, but I have no other option. I'm sure, like, if they were to call, ACS would be like, no, but I have a solution for you, or I can, you know, refer you over here or help you in some way.
Right, because even though we're not counselors at ACS, we still have that helping attitude, and that's the purpose of that. Like you said at the very beginning, we're here to educate you.
Yeah.
Education is the key, you know, because if you're, I just read a quote. I think it said, if you're not learning, you know what? I don't even know. I don't even know why I started. Yeah. But you're stagnant. If you're not learning, you're kind of stagnant. So you should always be learning something. Because even classes, you know, some of the classes you may not even think you need. Because, and I'm just going to use anger management as an example. Because anger management, a lot of people get that whole thing, oh, anger management, I'm not an angry person. But then when you get into the class, you realize that it's not necessarily about you being angry.
Right.
It comes down to stress. You know, it comes down to how we view the world, how our perspectives are. So maybe, you know what, maybe I do have some issues with how I view or how other people view me. And that's why I behave the way that I behave. Yeah. So, you know, it's just amazing.
And it offers coping skills too, right? So when you feel like that anger comment, it gives you techniques to use before you explode and get yourself into trouble that people can use. So
yeah, because we'll teach them how to figure out what are your triggers.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, and a trigger can be anything. It can be
daylight savings time right now.
Oh my gosh.
I need sleep.
I'm like, I'm so sleepy. Yesterday I was like, I'm dying. I had like a crash. It's like, oh my gosh, I need like sleep.
I was up so like long yesterday. Like, why am I still awake?
And you know, and speaking of being awake, you know, like our stress management class teaches you meditation on how to go to sleep. You know, sleep meditations, regular meditations, just
because
all
you could be sleeping but not sleeping well. Therefore, that will still, you know, cause the stress. And I'm telling you, I'm like reading so much. So.
And she learned that at ACS.
I did.
She didn't know any of that.
I must say I'm a very calm person these days. So
yeah, we just wanted to come in today and just kind of let you guys know what we have coming up, and in case you hadn't seen our previous ones. So if any of the ones that we mentioned piqued your interest, of course, go back and check those out. Yeah. And, you know, we can also do Q&As. You know, so if there's a question or a topic that you would like us to talk about, then you as the audience, you guys can just drop it down there in the comments, and we'll look at those, and if it warrants a whole show, then we'll do a whole show on it. If it's just a question, then we'll combine it with some other questions and just do like a Q&A. Yeah. And, you know, maybe one day you might catch us live. What?
Yes. And it's nice because I feel like this needs to be a discussion because, yes, I don't know enough, right? Or I didn't know enough, and I'm kind of learning. So those who don't know anything can just ask all the questions. Right. Because there's other people that don't know anything.
Because, you know, what's the saying? No question. There's never a dumb question. Right. Because if you don't know, chances are there's somebody else that doesn't know. And don't be, you know, sometimes it's embarrassing. It's like, oh, I don't want to ask this because I don't want to seem like I don't know anything. Hey, drop it down in the comments. We're not going to say who your name is unless you want us to shout you out. And it's like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. Or, you know, if they want, you know, if the community wants us to, like, do shout outs. Like, oh, this person had a question of the week, right? Or
exactly.
Something. Like, it's about the community. So we're open to suggestions. We're open to questions. Like,
right. Because really this podcast is for the community.
Yes.
You know, that's the only reason why we're here, because we want to, again, educate you, because that's what we do. Yeah, and it's the lending closet is what sparked this. I'm telling you, it's the microwave and the free stuff. And I'm just like, I can't believe I didn't know that. So it's from me not knowing. And to people who know ACS, that's such a basic thing to know at ACS is the lending closet. Right. So because, you know, when you came in, I'm like, what? You didn't know that? How do you not know that? No idea. Yeah, but then I forget I've been here forever. So right. You know, and unless you, I feel like unless you work here, of course you know everything, but if you don't, you only see like INR, right? So if INR, or I'm sorry, that's information and referral. Yes. So the lady sitting at the front desk, if you don't know to ask, you're not going to get the question either. So right. Because initially, if you're coming into ACS, you're coming in there with a specific purpose. So you're going to ask the ladies, or because now we have a gentleman, you're going to ask the people at the front desk, and they're going to tell you whatever you're, it's like, oh, I'm here to see this person. They're going to send you to that person, but they're not going to say, hey, do you know that we do this and this and this?
Right.
Of course, we have flyers and everything, but it still helps to know before you go.
Yes.
Hey, I stole MWR's thing. Know before you go.
Yes.
So, so again, if you as our listening audience, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask us or topics that you'd like to hear us discuss in the future, just drop it down there in that comments, and we'll go through those, and maybe we'll have a big old bowl and just pull out questions randomly.
Yes, that would be so fun. Oh my gosh. As long as we don't have to answer those questions, I'm going to be like, I don't know the answer to this. I'm just kidding.
Well, we'll have somebody know the answer. We'll vet the questions first.
Or if you guys want to see somebody back, right?
Oh, yeah. If you would like someone to come back and, to elaborate more on the program, then let us know that, and we can see about getting that person back.
Yes.
So
we will make it happen.
We'll make it happen. Yes, because we do that.
Yes.
So so just keep listening. Again, subscribing and sharing this video as much as possible.
Yes.
Sharing the podcast, and remember, we're on all platforms. We're on. Of course, it's on Facebook. We're on YouTube, and we're on all of your podcasts listening pleasures, so iTunes and Spotify and all those things. So so it's we're, like we said, we're here for you. So you want to add anything before we
so this is just for future reference. I will be posting some flyers up or some podcast stickers around post. So if you see one, we could probably do a contest where you call us and we can get you a book or something. Just
I love that.
Yeah, right? So, yeah.
Everybody likes giveaway.
Make sure you guys look out. Oh, kind of like an Easter egg hunt.
Oh, yeah. So, and then, on those stickers, the most important thing about those stickers are the QR codes.
QR codes, yep.
So all you have to do is scan that QR code, and guess what? You're taken right to us.
Yes, because that is how I live my life. Super simple. So I needed something. Yeah.
So we're going to be getting those stickers up at different locations.
Yep.
And then our poster also has the QR code on it.
Yes.
So be on the lookout for those, because those will be out at different locations as well. And then shout us out and say, hey, I scanned the QR code.
Yes,
and we're going to know.
There you go.
And like Jasmine said, you might get some. We're not telling what, because we have to go look at our stash and see.
Exactly.
But okay, so with that being said, I think we're complete for today.
Yes,
right? All right. So again, thank you for listening to Getting to Know ACS with Tracy
and Jasmine. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and the bell button to get notified every time we post a new video or
and
podcast.
Share.
Yes,
share.
And ask your questions. Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget to drop those questions down there in the comments. All right. So until next time, bye.
Bye.